Hi y'all, Casey here for a new episode of Today I Learned. You all know I'm a slave to the puns, and if you don't stick around for today's episode, it will be an error of biblical proportions. Pretty much everyone knows that there are various versions of the Bible, but did you know that there was one revised and published specifically for slaves in the U.S. South? No one knows who edited the Slave Bible, but the first one was published in 1807. It is a particularly interesting edit of the Bible because while slave owners and Christians in general at the time wanted to convert slaves to Christianity, there were parts of the Bible that were problematic, especially given that the Haitian Revolution had recently ended, in which Haitian slaves were successful in driving out their European oppressors and were able to form a new nation of their own. Side note, this is the only successful slave revolt in history. Anyway, slave owners used the Bible to justify their right to own slaves and felt that Christianity could help teach the slaves to be obedient and to accept their position in life, which would make them better slaves. However, there's that whole pesky Moses let my people go thing, and Christian slave owners definitely did not want to give slaves any ideas about freedom or going up against those in power, as was told in Exodus. So the Bible was edited to remove everything about Moses leading the Israelites out of slavery to freedom, the few passages that talked about equality or being one in Jesus, all of Psalms, and Revelation, which talks about evil being punished. Conversely, the editors made sure to keep everything about serving your masters and remaining obedient and how these things pleased Christ. Now, slaves were taught Christianity prior to this, but as most were illiterate, they were fed whatever their slave owners wanted them to hear, which is pretty much what the Slave Bible ended up retaining. The Slave Bible is missing about 90% of the Old Testament and 50% of the New Testament. In standard Protestant Bibles, there are 1,189 chapters, but the Slave Bible only has 232. There are only 3 known copies in existence still today. If this episode of Today I Learned set you free, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe. Join me next time. I promise you won't suffer much. Don't forget to stand up and use your voice, and I will see you heathens later. Bye, y'all.